Hello and welcome back to Bossing English with Mr. F. We're going to quickly look at question 2 on language paper 2, which is coming up next week. In an earlier video I kind of talked about initial reading and how to kind of get the information for question 2, whether it's similarities or differences. Be careful with that. And here I've used yellow to go through both sources and pull out information that's relevant to the types of boards used for surfing. Okay, some key information. The key word will be similarities, differences here. So here different boards suggest differences, but it could be similarities, so be careful with that. What are the skills being tested? Summarising, which means bringing stuff from, summarising what boards are like in source A, comparing them to boards in source B. That's what that synthesis is, bringing the two together and talking about those differences. And the really tricky skill is inference, which means reading between the lines. And if you're going for top marks, where you get perceptive and detailed response to this question, you need to be doing inference. How do we do inference? Well, it's things like this suggests. So we'll find some information about surfboards in A. We'll use some evidence to support that. That's the detail there. And then we'll go a bit further and say what this tells us about them. We will infer, and ways to do that is this suggests, this implies, we can infer, we can assume. So what does that look like in an answer? Well, this is how I would structure it. In source A, the surfboards are da-da-da-da-da. I'd use a quote, and then I'd do my inference, and then I would pivot to source B. However, to show that I'm doing comparison in source B, the boards, and use another quote, and then I do some more inference, and that's the way I would work through it. And then I do a new bit of information because it's a summary, so it needs to be more than one bit of information. In source A, quote, this suggests, whereas comparison in source B, the surfboards are, quote, we can assume. What does this look like in practice? Okay, well, here we are. This is what that looks like in practice. So let's see if we get the information. How surfboards have evolved. We get our quote, so you get a tick for that. Another bit of another bit of evidence. Okay, and there's the inference. The change shows the advances of boards. So that's the inference that's going on there. So I'm getting a tick for that. The point, I'm getting a tick for the evidence, which is quite judicious. Now I get my comparison, so that's pivoting to B. I get my evidence, surf bathing, hand carved. Again, just one word. And if you look on the mark scheme, it talks about judicious references. Well, that one word is quite judicious. Oh, look, here's my inference. This shows the originality and authenticity of the boards, etc., etc., etc. So I've got my point and I've got my inference. So this answer would already be kind of demonstrating things that would lead it into that top level 4, 7 to 8 marks. I need to do a bit more because it's a summary. I can't just do those two. I'd want to do at least 2 points. One, just like here. Yeah, one A-B comparison and a second A-B comparison with enough detail in my inference to show that I'm worth 7 to 8 marks. All right, I'll be back shortly with stuff on question 4. Likey like, subby sub, and I'll see you soon.